Are live on YouTube and we're live here on Facebook. Hey, this is something that we do every week. If you are going to stop in, you need to let us know where you're from and also let us know what questions you have. We're here to speak to you about dogs. I am all about dogs. As we can see, this is Memphis, who is right now climbing on me. She likes to put her paws around me and she likes to be part of Dog Talk, even though that she doesn't really add anything besides licking my face and hugging me. But that doesn't mean that she's not part of Dog Talk Live, right, Memphis? Yeah, you're a good girl. She is a year and a half old dog. Actually, she's 2 in July. She is a chocolate Labrador Retriever, and she has done everything from tracking deer to waterfowl to upland. So she's a very versatile dog. Small dog. She's about 50 pounds. And it is something where you hear about people talk about British dogs, American field dogs, show dogs. When it comes down to it, you have them of all shapes and sizes with a larger variation in the American field lines. American field dogs range, we have females anywhere from 40 pounds to 75 pounds. And your breed standard is where they're supposed to be in that 50 to 60 pound range if they're a female, or 55 to 65 pound, and anywhere from about 70 to 80 pounds for male, 75 to 85 pounds for male. When you get outside of that, if you were going to show them, they wouldn't work because it would be too big. They also have measurements they go by showing. And a lot of your English lines, as they call them, they're bred to be smaller with a little bit different look to them, a little stockier. But again, the American field line's very versatile, a lot of different looks to them as far as size, build. A lot of it depends on the breeder that you're dealing with and what they breed for. If you can, you go on there, you look at their photos on their website to find your breeder, and you can also look at video. The one thing I always tell people is that video is the best because you cannot manipulate how a dog looks when they're on video. When I have pictures, I can actually take a dog with the right sun in the right setting and the right angle of the dog's head and make them look a certain way that I want them to look. So it is something that if you are doing your due diligence, if you can find video of the dogs, whether it's a TV show or just video that they're putting up on their site, it's a great way for you to learn what a dog looks like. So again, as you guys stop in, let us know where you're from. Check in. We love seeing how far away everyone is from. Last show, I believe we had New Zealand, and then we had all the way to England. Let's see where else we can get people to check in from. If you're from the States, that's great too. It's great to see how many different states that we touch. This week is going to be a 30-minute version because right now I'm pulling my hair out of my head, which I do have hair. Pulling it out of my head because of how busy I am. It is the time of year where you're breeding dogs. It is the time of year where we got our training dogs in. And we're also going to be at the Field and Stream Show in Madison, Wisconsin this weekend. I have a booth there. It is real easy. If you're going to Madison, you want to find us. My truck is our booth. So look for a truck that has dogs all over it. It'll probably be one of the only trucks in the show. And stop by and talk to us. Talk about dogs. Talk about litters. Talk about puppies. Talk about everything that we got going on. As far as litters go, I've got 2 females that were just came into season. So we have a litter of black puppies as well as a litter of fox red puppies that are going to be bred in the next 7 to 10 days. Both litters have room for males and females. So if you are looking to get yourself your very own soggy dog, this could be the year. You could get a hold of me here after the show or sometime this weekend. Let us know what you're looking for, what questions we can answer for you. And hopefully, hey, it'd be great if we could get you as part of the Soggy Acres Retrievers family. So with that, let's see. We've got California. We've got Northeast Iowa. We've got Mississippi. We've got Oregon, Northern New York. It is always cool to see. I don't know if people realize when you do stuff like this Facebook Live, I'm just a normal person. I'm just like you guys. I love dogs. Obviously, with the TV show and with our social media, we have a platform where we can talk to people about it. But it is just neat to see how many people check in and how far away they come from so that we can talk to people and go over training, go over our breeding program, go over questions, talk about hunting TV. There would be a good one if anyone has questions on hunting TV. We did something bold this year. We have changed our TV show from being on what is traditional hunting channels, Pursuit Channel, to going to an all digital platform. And it was something that I honestly will have to say I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but we had quite a few sponsors that have come along for the ride with us. And we're going to have a viable show on a digital platform, with the show being on Carbon TV, which is an app, as well as Roku channel, Waypoint TV, which is the same. We also set up a video page here on Facebook, the Sporting Dog Adventures channel. If you go on there, that is where we're going to put all of our video content. We also have our YouTube, and we have Instagram TV, which I've put stuff on Instagram TV. It's worked out-ish. I mean, it hasn't been great, but it also hasn't been bad. It's a great outlet that is free of charge for us to put our stuff out on. The neat thing is, with our episodes, when you do TV, you're looking at putting out a 21-minute, 30-second episode. And when we're talking about doing something for online, it is cool because now we have no parameters. We're probably going to keep our episodes in the 5 to 8 minute range. We're going to have 40 or more episodes. And the cool thing is, when you do a hunting TV show, it's always last year's stuff. This year it won't be like that. We're going to have some episodes that are going to be no more than 30 days old. So you'll be able to watch and live vicariously through us in the field. And we're also going to have a huge push on dogs and training and puppies that will have segments that are dedicated only to that. So we do want to thank our show partners that have came along and made this possible. We do talk about them because honestly, they're what make it possible for us to be here on Facebook Live, and also have our show. So please, if you get a chance, talk to some of them. Try out their products. It is great gear. We don't partner with companies that we don't believe in. So these are products that we believe in, that we use ourselves. All right, let's see here. Let's go down and check. We've got Massachusetts. You got John Bueller. John, I hope all is going well. Remember, Charlie needs to be thin. Think thin. Tell Charlie to think thin, John. John has one of our dogs that will be breeding here shortly. Now I need some questions. So if you guys can come up with some questions, that would be great. Let us know what is on your mind today. Let us know what we can help with, whether it's training, or it's you're looking for a puppy, or you're looking for a place to hunt. If you're looking for a great place to hunt, our presenting sponsor for the upcoming season is the great state of Kansas. I've hunted there every year for the last, I think 5 years. And Kansas never disappoints. You want to talk about a state that people don't realize is a sleeper for so many things. Everyone knows Kansas has great deer, but their upland is phenomenal. They also have great waterfowl. I mean, and so much variation, where they've got these huge marshes that are just beautiful and one of a kind, to areas where it's potholes and farm ponds, to areas that are over near on the Mississippi River. You can hunt so much variation when you go to this Kansas, whether it's for upland, waterfowl, deer, or turkey, that you are not going to be disappointed. So if you want to check out somewhere for your next vacation, check out Kansas. It is a great partner of ours that helped make this show possible, but it's also a state that has opened my family, my kids, with open arms, and makes it a family hunt every time that we go there. All right. Sam Porter, what age should I introduce my pup to gunfire? That's a great question. You don't want to start too young. I will see kennels that will advertise that their 7-week-old puppies have been exposed to gunfire. My opinion, too early. But what I try to do is I wait until we get our dogs in for training, which is at 6 months old. I take out multiple dogs and I just throw bumpers and have fun and play with them. Now, the cool thing is, after I'm playing with them and throwing bumpers for them, after a few days of that, I'll actually take a 209 primer pistol, as they got a dog that runs by, a 209 primer pistol that makes almost the same noise as a gun. And every 3 or 4 throws, I'll actually shoot the 209 primer pistol off while the dogs are out retrieving and having fun. They don't even hear it because they're so focused on getting the bumper. If there's 4 dogs, we have 1 bumper. If we've got 8 dogs, I'll throw multiple bumpers. But they're so in tune with running around like goofy idiots that they don't hear the shot. So I usually introduce our dogs at around 7 months. Hope that helps, Sam. All right, Nick Paul, best advice for first time running a dog in a hunt test. So, a hunt test, for people that don't know, is where you're doing a hunting scenario with your dog and they're judged against a standard. You have judges that are sitting there, and your dog has to do certain things to pass. The number one thing I see with people that are running hunt tests is you get nervous. Heck, I did when I ran my first couple of dogs on hunt tests. If your dog is through its force fetch, it's e-collar conditioned, it's through its obedience, and you're running the dog on marks that are the length that you'll see during that hunt test, you know what? Go up to the line confident. Don't get nervous. Release your dog. And once your dog goes, especially when you're running a lower level hunt test, you know what? They're either going to pass or they're not going to pass. Enjoy watching them. Enjoy watching your work. If for some reason things don't go your way, watch what they did and realize that you now have something to work with in your training. The best thing I can give you advice on, though, is have a holding blind so that the dog doesn't see that for the first time during a hunt test. A holding blind is somewhere where you stand with the dog before they get to run, so they might be 1 or 2 dogs ahead of you, and you keep them in that holding blind so they can't watch the test. I have had my own dogs just blow up and they're wound like tops coming out of the holding blind because they just want to watch. And they have never been put in that position. So that is something that you need to make sure that you have them in a holding blind, that they're through their training, get your confidence, and then roll from there. Hope that helps. All right. I've seen that we had a couple of questions pop up on YouTube. The YouTube stream that I have is going off my phone, so I cannot read them. I will come back to any messages. If you have questions, comments on the YouTube video, I'll come back and answer them. Put them in as a comment, put them in as a message, and I'll make sure that we get to these. And that goes for the Facebook page as well. If you have questions and you don't want to ask it with other people online, you can always do it after, or you can go to my email address. Hold on a second here. Let's get so we can do this. My dogs are just hammering around. I don't know if you guys can hear them. sportingdogtv@gmail.com. There is my email address, sportingdogtv@gmail.com. Hit us up there and let me know what your questions you have. Every show, we always get a couple of questions after. And it's nice because, sometimes people are a little bashful. They don't want to ask. Good way to ask. No one's going to know. We don't talk about the questions after unless it's something that we want to hit on. Last show, I had someone ask about Rec Specs. Rec Specs is looks like a ski goggle for your dog, and they're being pushed for using in the hunt as hunting. They look neat. I might get a set at some point. My big thing with Rec Specs is that I worry about it causing rubs on the dog and rubbing their hide and creating a sore. Obviously, they're there for a reason. You're using them so that you don't have a sore from the cover hitting them. So it is something that it'd be great if we had a set to try out. We'll probably grab a set, but overall, you have to take care of your dogs in the field. Watch them. If they start to get raw on their face or their paws, you gotta take them out and have anymore. When you have a dog, especially in like upland, where they will get sores like right under their eyes, what'll end up happening, they get it around their eyes. What'll end up happening is when that heals, it turns into scar tissue. Because it's scar tissue, it will break or open even easier. Much like watching a professional fighter. They always cut easy because they're fully healed, but the part that is healed is not as pliable as what the original skin was. So it is something that you want to make sure you're rotating dogs. When you take a dog on an upland hunt, say you go to the state of Kansas and you go on an upland hunt, make sure that you have dogs to rotate so you don't drive these dogs into the ground. The longest I hunt a dog on an upland hunt is about 3 days. After that, they're pretty beat up. They really, really get beat up because of the fact that their face is in the cover and it's just rubbing and pushing on them. The older they get, the worse it gets. So take care of your dogs in the field, and definitely make sure they're getting proper care before the hunt as well as after the hunt. All right, let's go down our questions here. Got Lubbock, Texas. Mitchell, South Dakota. Welcome, Mike. I've hunted around Mitchell several times. Great area of the country. Chad Lidwin has joined. Chad, I cannot believe that you thought that I was going to lie to you about a puppy being ready for you in a litter in July. Come on, Chad. You know better. We finally got a black litter bred. You're in the litter. You've been waiting a long time, so I was happy to put that on there. So sorry for giving you a little bit of crap by saying that I was lying. But again, if you guys have questions, let me know. We're going to cut this short at probably 20 to 30 minutes, just because I've got a bunch of stuff going on. We are going to have